You know, inside every single one of us, there's this hidden world, a crazy complex network of signals and chemicals that pretty much dictate our every feeling. We like to think we're in the driver's seat, right? Making all these conscious choices about our lives, our work, our emotions. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's an invisible force, quietly pulling the strings? I mean, really think about it for a second. That sudden wave of fatigue that hits you after lunch, or that inexplicable craving for something sweet. What about that feeling of anxiety that just seems to pop up out of nowhere? You might blame it on a bad night's sleep, maybe a stressful day, but the real culprit? It could be a whole lot closer. In fact, it might be sitting right there on your plate.
Seriously, what if I told you that the food you eat is sending these secret messages directly to your brain? That it's influencing your motivation, your happiness, even your sense of satisfaction with life itself? Well, it's time we decode that connection.
Okay, so to understand how this all works, we've got to look at the wiring. Most of us think emotions are all in our heads, but the science is showing us this incredibly profound relationship between the brain and the body. And the main line of communication, it's basically a biological superhighway.
It's called the vagus nerve. The best way to think of it is like a super high-speed fiber optic cable. It is constantly collecting data from your internal organs, especially your gut, and just streaming that information straight to your brain, telling it how it should feel. It is the physical link between what you eat and how you experience the world.
And here is where it gets absolutely wild. Scientists have found these specialized neurons in your gut. They're called neuropods. And they can detect the chemical signature of sugar, completely bypassing your tongue, your taste buds, everything. In studies, even when people couldn't taste any sugar, their gut knew it was there, and it made them crave it.
And this is the part that really matters. You can be eating something savory, right, like pizza or pasta sauce, with absolutely no idea that there's added sugar in it. But your gut senses it. It sends a signal right up that vagus nerve. Your brain releases a little hit of dopamine, and suddenly you're craving more. It's a subconscious loop, a gut feeling, literally, that's shaping your choices without you even knowing it's happening.
But look, here's the good news. Once you understand the system, you can start to use it to your advantage. This isn't about being a puppet, it's about grabbing the strings for yourself. We can actually use specific nutrients to intentionally influence our brain chemistry, to dial up focus or dial up calm whenever we need it most.
So let's break it down into two key players here, dopamine and serotonin. On one side, you've got dopamine. That's the molecule of motivation, of drive, of pursuit. It's built from an amino acid called L-tyrosine, which you find in proteins like meat and nuts. Then, on the other side, you have serotonin. That's the molecule of satisfaction, of well-being, of calm. And it's made from tryptophan, which is found in a lot of carbohydrates. So, how do you turn this into a real-life strategy? Well, you fuel your brain for the task at hand. For lunch, right when you need to be alert and focused, you eat high-protein foods to boost that dopamine. Then for dinner, when you're winding down, you bring in the carbohydrates and starches. This triggers a release of serotonin, helping you relax and get ready for a really restful sleep. You're essentially timing your neurochemicals with your food. Pretty cool, right?
Now, this connection between food and mood, it goes even deeper, touching on some really serious aspects of our mental health. There's one specific nutrient that studies are showing has a truly profound effect on mood, acting like a powerful hidden ally in the fight against depression.
That nutrient is EPA. It's a type of omega-3 fatty acid you find in fish oil, and the science is super specific about the amount. Clinical studies looking at major depression have zeroed in on a daily dose of 1,000 milligrams of pure EPA. Get this. In a head-to-head study, that 1,000 milligrams of EPA was found to be just as effective at reducing symptoms of major depression as fluoxetine, which you probably know as one of the leading antidepressants, Prozac. And when they were combined, they worked even better. I mean, that is a stunning demonstration of how a single nutrient can have such a powerful impact on brain function. So, we've talked about the biology, right? The nerves, the amino acids, the fatty acids, but there is one final layer to this story that goes beyond pure chemistry. It reveals that the most powerful ingredient in all of this might just be your own mind.
So check out this fascinating experiment from a Stanford researcher. They took two groups of people and gave them the exact same 380-calorie milkshake. But they told Group A they were drinking a sensible, low-calorie diet shake. And they told Group B they were getting this decadent, high-calorie indulgence. The only thing that was different was the story they heard.
The results were absolutely mind-blowing. The researchers measured ghrelin, that's the hormone that makes you feel hungry, In the group that believed they were having an indulgent treat, their ghrelin levels crashed. It sent a signal to their bodies that they were full and satisfied. But in the group that believed they were just having a sensible shake, their ghrelin levels barely moved. Their bodies still felt hungry. And remember, it was the exact same shake.
So here's the ultimate takeaway from all of this. The gut-brain connection isn't a one-way street. Not at all. What you eat absolutely changes how you think and feel. But just as powerfully, what you think about what you eat changes how your body physically responds to it. Our mindset isn't just a psychological thing, it is a biological force. So the real question is, now that you know the code, how are you going to use it?